grief, sadness, depression. I want to talk about it for a second. So I know that currently in our atmosphere, in our world, in our surroundings, we are going through some uncertain times. We're going through some times where there are things that are happening that are unexplainable. And that's just out here in the world that could possibly be coupled with whatever is going on in your own personal life. What I want to implore you to do is for you to get off of social media. What I would implore you to do is to find a practice, a mindfulness practice, a morning practice, a meditation practice, a journaling practice, a practice to get you away from what is invading your privacy. You should have some. You should have privacy. And what I mean by privacy is that you should have something that you do that is just for you every single day, if not several times a day. So all of those things that I named at the very beginning of the video, they're in our control. And I think that's really what I wanted to talk about. Like, even depression, even grief, all of these things, if we've lost someone, or we've lost a job, or we've lost like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or we've lost a relationship, maybe a friendship came to an end. Depression, maybe you're depressed about some of those things that I just named, or maybe, I don't know, there's so many circumstances and there's so many reasons why we could be going through grief and depression and sadness. What I really, really, really want to get through is that it's really up to us, whether we are in the beginning stage or the ending stage. For the most part, I'm talking to people that are at the ending stages, but even in the beginning stages, when you're really going through something, it may be a little bit more challenging if you're depressed. It may be a little bit more challenging if you are in grief, but it still can be done. Now, let me just give you an example of what I mean by that. When I was going through depression, and also when I was going through my grief process, one of the things that I did, especially like once I got out of like that cloud of like shock or the cloud of anger and things of that nature, but even before, like I tried all of these things. And some things that I could do on a consistent basis and some things that I couldn't. But it is about them making the choice to do those things. Understand what I mean? So one of the number one things that I tell anyone that is going through something is to find time to sit down. Think about what brings you joy. So for me, what brings me joy is laughter. Dancing too, but laughter is like the number one thing, right? And so for me, finding a movie, a show, something where I could sit still and concentrate on that thing, and that thing makes me laugh and brings me joy, even if it's for an hour, half an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it is, that is a chunk of time out of your day that you're taking out of feeling and thinking about the things that you're thinking about. Does that make sense? So same thing with meditation. I have posted a couple of things. I posted a mirror work video. I posted a morning prayer. I posted my prayer of protection. I'll be posting more of those things. But meditation, prayer, silence, stillness, all of those things are very important, because what you don't want is not what you're supposed to be concentrating on. What you do want is what you're supposed to be concentrating on. So if you find that listening to some meditation music and writing in your journal it does it for you, do that. Do that. If you find that you went on YouTube, like I've suggested in the past, and you found someone's voice and the music and it resonates with you, sit there in silence, close your eyes and just listen and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I've talked about this in many of my videos before, but I think my reason for coming on now is because it's super important. There is a lot of tragic and sad things that are taking place, but that does not mean that your life has to take on this all of this negative energy. It doesn't have to take it on. All of that energy of uncertainty, of fear, of what's going to happen next, or I have to go get a gun, or I can't get a gun because I don't believe it. Whatever. It's just a lot. It's too much. It's too much. We all need to take a moment and do what is best for us. And once we do calm down, prayer would be amazing. Prayer would be amazing. Again, we are doing things that we want. We are talking about and bringing forth things that we want, not things that we don't want. What we don't want to do is sit around and talk about it all day long. What we don't want to do is talk about how fearful we are. And I think that that's a given, right? So working on and talking about and putting action behind what it is that you do want would be so much better. So I am going to leave it there. I just wanted to leave a quick message today because I've just heard, I don't even really want to mention the things that I've heard that have taken place because I don't want to give it any energy. I think the energy should be what is best for us. And what's best for us is for us to decompress and for us to speak the words of what it is that we do want. If you want protection over your family, speak that, pray about that. If you want, and you don't even have to say it out loud, you can write it in your journal, however it is that you want to do it, whatever works for you. But if you want protection for your family, if you want protection for yourself, if you want these things to end, I think that it would be amazing if more of us were praying and asking God to stop these things from happening, or to protect your family, or to protect your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, to heal the world, to bring peace and harmony and forgiveness to those who are in, that are doing wrong, and that some could say is potentially, evil or wrongdoing or whatever. I think that if we concentrate on what it is that we want versus what it is that we don't want, we will get so much further, family. We will get so much further. So I'm going to go. I hope this message helps in any way, and I'll see you again. Have a great one.